minimalism, it has become a popular word in a way of living and also in design as well. And especially in the Western world, it has been really well appreciated. And you may connect with Japanese concept of Zen and also many of Japanese design and way of living. However, I don't like the word minimalism. And recently I've been asked to write an article, and I did, and about Zen. The title was about Zen minimalism. And that actually brought me attention about how this traditional Japanese concept related to Zen and interior and what you consider about minimalism. In the Japanese original language, we would say kanso. It means the simplicity, easy, and just creating much space in our life. And the English word minimalism, we say in Japanese minimalism. So it's actually brought from Western, the concept itself. It looks same, but actual philosophy and our approach and how our mind actually relate to that is different. For example, there are also many Japanese people who lives with kind of minimalistic lifestyle, and also in the Western world as well. And when we see the reason that I don't like the word minimalism is like minimizing, and it's really, I feel like shrinking. So it is not about getting rid of things and to make our life simple, but the original philosophy of Zen or Japanese ancient life philosophy is to create this personal space to expand our energy, to connect to our higher energy. And in the past, I also talked about the concept of ku, nothingness, void, to be able to connect to divine energy and connect to ourselves, our spirit, and our higher self. So the more we have this space to expand our energy, our ki, our life force energy, the more we feel balanced, and also to be able to live authentically without much distraction, right? So also without much distraction, so we can actually reflect on ourselves to find true essence of ourselves. So when I hear the minimalism, it's also the word that carries the energy as well. So minimizing, and it's in a way kind of guilty feeling to have things around us, but it's not. So it is about creating this space, and also if we have less things to care, we can put more love and caring energy into one object. So, for example, instead of having 15 coats, if we have 2 coats, then we have more time to treat it nicely and give more love than 15. Well, it's actually not negative. If you like to collect something and really, if it's one of your joy to collect certain items, and that's a different thing. It is about collecting and taking care of all of them. And you might have just one thing that you want to collect, 100 of things, but then you focused on that and maybe you have less other activities. But minimalism, for example, like if I see it in the interior, it's also from the Western minimalism. It's less things, very clean, and I like it very much. But sometimes I feel kind of cold in the kind of Western, like simple interior. But in Japanese simple interior, like Japanese room, there is some kind of warmth. Even if it's totally empty, there is some touch of our feelings and from our kokoro. It could be just one touch of flower. And also in the Western minimalistic interior, they do as well. But sometimes I feel it's colder, and maybe the usage of the color. But basically, when we put our energy into creating space rather than reducing things, our energy goes from the very positive and expansion, and not from the guilt of having things. So then the more we can actually take care of more, we can put more things into our object, our place where we live, and our body, everything. And also it's easier to clean when there are less things. And also it means that we can actually bring more energy into the space, into the environment. So then it's expansion of our energy and then making things simpler. And also for the tidying up, there's a word called declutter, which is another word that I don't like because declutter sounds really not nice. And if I say to myself, oh, I have to declutter, I feel already I'm cluttered and I'm in a mess, maybe. But then if you say, okay, I will tidy up, and in Japanese word, we say seiri seiton, it means to arrange. If you think about decluttering, it's about action. So, oh, I have to do it, and it becomes the act of decluttering. But then we can actually change the act of cluttering to the art of organizing. So then it's all our action becomes more joyful and pleasurable. For example, when we are organizing, we use the kind of certain containers, and there are many things that you can buy these days, a plastic container to put things. But if we do that from the kind of the obligation to tidy up, it's not much fun. But I use, for example, beautiful Japanese boxes, and often they are old, like with lacquerware or even the wood ones. And then as they are itself as an art, I will choose what I like to put this in. So then it becomes more like the creating this action itself becomes more creative. So then I don't feel like reducing and making it minimalism, but just I feel I'm putting more care and love into each items, and also for the box and for the environment. So it really becomes art of creation. So like, for example, I had many jewelries and I reduced to put them into the beautiful box and to arrange it in my house in a kind of nice way. And I didn't feel that I'm minimizing or decluttering. I just felt like I'm adding more beauty in my life, in everyday life, where I can feel easy. I can feel organized and also more ease to access to what I need every day. So if you like the word minimalism, that's okay. But from the Japanese concept, it is really from the expansion of energy and creating the space in our living, both for our mind and also physical. So internal world, inner world, and outer world. In both ways, we create space. So creation of space rather than making it smaller. So we can actually expand, our own energy can expand. You may have done like year-end cleaning. So maybe this is also the time to organize your house again, to take down Christmas trees and also bring in new energy to the house. And maybe you bought something new, then you can just enjoy. Maybe you can also make it like this year's path and journey to enjoy treating our items in a kind of different way, and to enjoy grouping them and also arranging them. And it sounds like female kind of joy to do it at home. But I see, like, for example, for men who loves like carpentries, and I also see my father, and it is still his passion to arrange his tools in certain ways. Well, you may have also seen that in films as well. Like if somebody is into fixing car or like the garage, and they have also the workshop, men's kind of den, and they have a different tools in a beautiful way that they store. So when we are into something and when we love something, we actually put our attention and care extra. Then we can organize it better. And so we can also do that to our daily items, for our clothes and also for plates and cups, what we use, and also the papers from the office or your work. And instead of thinking about minimizing, what I like to recommend is to expand, to create space. So create space, two things, create space and to give more love to each item, love and care. So if something is broken, get fixed or repair, or let go. And if something that we haven't used, give it to somebody or just let it go and create space. So creating space and giving loving care to every item we have and environment we are in, the house and the car or whatever we use. So loving care for our internal world and outer world. And then this place, the simple place, can be also filled with much love. I share this type of concept in every week in our live group coaching sessions. So I actually talked about this minimalism in last session. Say the word declutter or trying to say minimalism. I also feel really like my energy contract, like declutter means like even the words declutter the sound is not really beautiful, right? If you like to participate in this weekly group coaching sessions, you can join the Japanese Wisdom Academy, and all the information is from the link below. Thank you for watching and Happy New Year to you all, and see you next time.